Well, good evening, and thank you for tuning into Sacred Healings Tarot. What's up for this week? So, as I did before, I got you to pick a card from 1 to 3 and then an A or a B. So, we're actually going to start with 3, I've been told. Instead of doing it from 1, we're going to start from 3. So, number 3 is all about the 8 of Cups. This is all about your emotions, everything that you hide at the surface. Hide underneath the surface that you don't really want people to know. When you're looking at this next card, which is from the beautiful Stacey DeMarco's Halloween Oracle deck, this is talking about, this is the Cauldron card. This is all about synergy. It's about healing. So it's talking about you needing to bring a lot of the emotions that you're pushing down into, you're hiding underneath the surface, to actually bring it back out again, to allow for healing to happen. If it sits under the surface, it simmers there, ready for like a pressure cooker to go off. At the next time you get something that triggers those emotions, you need to bring them up so you can heal. Now, I want to say that specific these people that did pick the number 3 and the B card, you will find that synergy has been happening. So that means things have been happening for you in 3s. You need to work out where in that 3 cycle you are. You need to be able to heal on the 3rd rather than the 1st, because if you wait till if you do it too soon, you're not allowing the whole emotions that you've been holding on to and suppressing to come to the surface. So look at your cycles. Are you in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd part of it? If you're in the 3rd part of it, it's time to heal. All right. So for those people that picked number 3 and also picked A. So A is all about winter. Now winter's, as we know, we're about to finish. Now people say the beginning of September is the 1st of spring, but we're actually got a couple of weeks left to actually know until we actually hit spring for good. Now this is talking about the ability to pause. With this emotional card too, I call this my duck card sometimes. So it's that feeling of, on the surface, everybody looks at you and thinks she's got it, he's got it, they're all good, there's nothing wrong with them. But underneath yourself, you're paddling very furiously to keep your head above water. This card talks about being able to pause in that emotion, that hectic feeling of, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going, I can't cope. You have to step back and breathe. You have to say, I can do this. And the only way to do that is to actually unattach yourself from everything that's going on. So look at it as if it was not you that's actually the main character in the drama, but someone who's looking in on the outside, looking in. And also sometimes look at, as I got told from a friend not long ago, if this was your friend, or if this was your sister or brother or someone close to you going through this drama or situation or problem, how would you tell them to deal with it? So take yourself out of being the main character in your drama and try and look at it from another perspective. All right, so we're going to go to the middle card. So number 2, which is the Chariot. So this is all about that give and take. It's about getting your balance right. But mainly also it's about putting your actions into words. So all the stuff that you really want to do, that you've been thinking about, that you've kind of like got all your pros and cons worked out, now it's time to actually step into that actual energy. But again, because of the synergy, you do need to wait. So if you've got 2 and B, you've got your synergy, you've got your balance card. So you've got to really look at what's going on in your life. Where are you at? Because sometimes I want to say that this card talks about leaping forward to actually make the next steps actions instead of just thoughts. But you do need to understand that don't leap too quickly. All right, wait for that perfect moment and you will know. Now, people always say it's all very well to say wait for the perfect moment. When will I know? How many times has it come up for you? Once? Let's think about it. Twice? We're getting there. 3rd time, that's the universe saying get in there and do it now. All right, your actions will work and you'll get the balance right. Okay, so those of you who picked the Chariot and winter. Now remember, this winter card's all about seasons passing. So it's about that hibernation feeling. It's about coming out from your hibernation. And this is what this Chariot card's about. Because it's talking about, I want to say, probably for the last 6 months for a lot of people. So even out of the winter months and before that, you've been sitting around doing sweet Fanny Adams. Now that means that there's been a lot going on in your life and you haven't wanted to deal with it. So you've actually been sitting in hibernation mode. So the universe is saying, get off your backside. Get out and do it. So this week is going to be action, action, action. You're going to be moving at a fast pace. And if you've been hibernating, that's going to feel quite disturbing for you because you're going to have to breathe through it, but use that energy because it's coming in very quickly this week for you. So by the end of this week, you will look back on this week and go, oh, that was a big week. But you'll also be able to look back and go, look what I managed to achieve. And you'll be sitting there on the weekend with a glass of wine, a cup of coffee, a beer, whatever's your choice, thinking what a great week you've had and how much you've achieved. All right. So now we get to number 1. So for those of you who picked 1, and I'm going to go B, we've got the 6 of Swords with the actual cauldron. So you've got healing with help. So what does that mean? So this week's a lot about the fact that you're going to need a lot of help healing. And it is about physical healing for some of you. I'm going to say there's about a 60-40 this week. 60% is going to be physical healing and 40% will be your actual mental healing. So there's 60% of you that are actually going to have to do something about some physical things that have been going on with you, whether it's your stomach, your head. I want to say a lot of it's to do with your head and stomach this week for most people. If you haven't been doing anything about it, so head-wise, it will be headaches, it could be eye strain, it could be like pressure in your head that's coming from sinuses and stuff like that. Do something about it, whether it's natural medicine, whether you go complementary medicine, whether you go to your doctor. I don't care what it is. Get out there and do something about it. Now, for those of you who've got stomach issues, some of it will be the physical side of it. Then you're going to have the other 60, the 50, the 40%. Can't get my percentages right here. Your 40%, which is actually to do with the emotional stuff. All that stuff that you've been suppressing, pushing way down there, is now coming up as a physical issue. That means you have to deal with it, and this week is the week to do it. So, again, as I said before, be sure of your timing. If it involves other people, that means that you need to emotionally heal. Be very specific that it's for your healing that you need to do it. So if you need to talk to someone about something, if they're doing something and it's hurting or upsetting you, and you need to get them to stop in order for you to heal, it's for your sake and not theirs. So go in with it. I feel this. It makes me feel this, not what someone else is doing. If you go in with that, it's not going to work. So it's going to be a bit of an emotional week for some people because there is healing around. Everybody else it's a physical thing. There's a couple of you out there who've got some issues with your back. I want to say it's been going on for some time. It's to do with posture. Look at what you're doing. Okay, so that's for you guys. Now, for those of you who picked number 1 and A, all right. I want to say that the feeling that I'm actually saying is that my guides are actually saying, look at the actual card. So look at this leaf. See how crinkled and winkled and dry it is. I want to say that in your life at the moment, you're lacking a heck of a lot of support. So you feel very dry and very wrinkled and very suppressed, and there's not a lot in there left for you to give, but there's still so many people out there that want stuff from you. So, as I say to a lot of people, do they need you for themselves to get better, or are they using you to shirk responsibility for themselves? So if they won't take responsibility for their own actions, they won't deal with their own shit, they expect you to do it for them. No. No, 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 no. If they want your help so that they can better themselves, and you know that they're actually going to go, and that you know they're going to go along and take responsibility for themselves, and they will make themselves better, and you won't need to deal with them again, then I have to say you do have to dig just a little bit deeper and pull some more stuff out, okay? But I think the majority of you are going to find that the word no this week is going to be your catchphrase. And it's not a dirty word. It is very necessary for a lot of people. Okay, thank you very much for watching my tarot broadcast for what's coming on in this week. I just want to show you a quick thing that I've just recently got. I'm so excited about these. These are my new tarot deck from, it's called the, I can't even remember, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot here. Absolutely fantastic. And some of the imagery here, I have to say, is so beautiful. So watch this space, because I am going to be doing some free readings with these cards over the next week. Okay, because I feel like I need to practice with them, and I can't wait. So have a great week, everybody, and keep a lookout and looking for some of these free readings. You never know, it could be you. Bye.